True lies. Have you ever wondered why there seems to be such a fine line between truth and deception? In your experiences as a caregiver, does that line sometimes seem even fuzzier? Several months ago, I stayed at my parents' house overnight following a fall my father had. He has Parkinson's disease, and my mom is 81. Dad had wrenched his back when he fell and wasn't able to get in and out of bed by himself. My mom had called me late one evening to ask me if I could help. When I realized how difficult transferring my dad was, I asked my mom for a toothbrush and stayed the night. In the morning, I helped my dad get up, get to the bathroom, and get dressed. He asked my mom and me to meet together with him and hobbled to the kitchen where he carefully sat on a bar stool. "I don't want any of my kids taking care of me," he said. "I don't want anyone staying in the house permanently, and when the time comes, I'll go to Brookdale. That's our local assisted living facility. Jill," he continued, "it's time you grew up and got a real job." I was angry and hurt. I thought, I'm helping you and deserve a pat on the back, not a boot out the door. With tears of frustration that my mom didn't stick up for herself and insist that she needed my help, I stormed out the door and drove home. The true lies came at me in a rush. Dad doesn't appreciate me. Mom will kill herself trying to take care of him. Dad's gonna hate living at Brookdale. How dare he tell me to get a real job? I'd put myself through school without any financial help from him and provided for my family by myself for over 20 years while I cared for my disabled husband and raised 3 boys. Each of these thoughts seemed so true to me, but none of them were facts. Circumstances are the facts of a situation. Dad fell, my mom is 81, and I am their daughter. These are the facts. All the rest of it were my thoughts. And right now, I was allowing my dad's dementia and his denial about his situation to ruin my day. I was letting his emotional status determine mine. I basically plopped my feelings onto his lap and gave him permission to determine how I would feel. Not helpful. As caregivers, we really don't have control over what choices our loved ones make. We may have to hide their car keys, but we don't have the power to manage their emotions or to make them happy. When someone's confused, if they act immaturely or they're offensive, remember that it's about him. He's the one with the problem. Don't let his behavior mean there's something wrong with you. As I drove home, I tried on new thoughts like, Dad isn't himself. His fall scared him and he's resisting becoming dependent on others. Mom didn't stick up for herself because she knows better than to argue with him, not because she didn't appreciate my help. I'm sure glad I know the truth about myself. I'm a good daughter who's willing to help when they need me. He doesn't have the ability to make me feel bad. Only I can do that. As I've cared for my husband following his service in the Gulf War, I've told myself many true lies. I didn't mean to deceive myself. That was just my brain trying to protect me. Here are some helpful thoughts that seemed so true, or not helpful thoughts, some thoughts that seemed so true at the time, and they seemed to be facts, but they were the opposite of helpful. I wished at the time that my husband hadn't changed. Our kids don't deserve this, I told myself. I want my life back, and I can't do this anymore. I'm so busy doing all the urgent things, I don't have time for the important things. True lies. Honest feelings, but not the facts. What's true for me now is that I love my husband just as he is. I've stopped trying to make him be who he was before. Our boys' challenges were exactly what they needed to grow into good, responsible men. I've never been alone. My family, friends, God, and the universe constantly conspired in our behalf. And the urgent things often were the important things. Busyness is a lie. There's always time for the important things. Other stuff just has to slide. Our carpets have gone for months without being vacuumed, but we read to our boys. The laundry piled up while we played at the park. The sink was often full of dirty dishes in the morning, but I cuddled on the couch with my husband and watched TV whenever I could after dinner the night before. Our life is exactly as it should be. I know that's the truth because that's how it is.